It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Brewboard, and this is a can of their Majorvane New England IPA. It's coming in at 5.5% ABV in a 330 milliliter can, and it's a collaboration between WHC Labs, I think that might be White Labs, is it? And the Malt Miller. Check it out. I mean, there's a little kind of, you can even scan your phone on that thing there if you want, to see if you can work out who the collaborators of this beer is. WHC Labs, I think that's a yeast company, and the Malt Miller. Important companies for Brewboard. They must be, and they must have struck up a really nice relationship with these people to get them in to do a collaboration with them. So New England IPA, big fan of the style. Brewboard are based in Cambridge in the UK. The beer has water, wheat, oat, hops, barley, yeast and lactose. A little bit of lactose in here then. I'm going to refrain judgment on that until I try the beer. Normally I like oats. Normally I'm an oaty type of guy. I think oats is enough. But we're not gonna say anything until we get into the beer, because you can't judge a book by its cover, by reading that first kind of couple of lines inside the book. One thing I will say is the beer comes from beersofeurope.co.uk, the largest online beer store in the UK, with a fabulous range of beer from all over the world. If you love beer from around the world and you live in the UK, check out beersofeurope.co.uk in the description box of this video. We got a 4-finger white head, good levels of slow moving carbonation. It's a hazy straw coloured beer. Brewboard generally brew some unfiltered kind of cans, unfiltered beers, so you might get a little bit of yeast floating around on the bottom of this beer. We'll get the rest of the can in. There's only a little bit left. We'll get that in a moment, but first of all, let's get the aroma on the beer then. Yeah, smells good. Smells good. Nice and dry. Your mangoes, passion fruit, orange peel, fleshy blood orange flavours. A certain dryness coming through, a little bit of pepperiness, a little bit of spiciness. Smells a little sweet from the malt. Smells pretty good. Smells pretty good. There we go. There's the rest of that can. There's no lumps and bumps in the beer. Okay, so let's get into the taste then of this New England IPA. I've not had a New England IPA for a while. Let's dive in. Cheers. Interesting, a little bit funky, if I'm honest, if I'm completely honest. A little bit of a funkiness coming through, like a bit of ripe fruits coming through on this one. A little bit of ripe banana. It's interesting. It's interesting. I mean, I've literally just finished reviewing a Belgian, I can show you the cans over there, a Belgian pale ale from Brewboard, and it was absolutely gorgeous beer. But this is a bit messy. This is a bit, I'm more than a tad disappointed about this beer. Dry, peppery, spicy. It's that kind of New England IPA with all the flavours that are in the middle, of course. That's what a New England IPA is. There's a little bit of sweetness to begin with. There's a touch of bitterness on the back end. There is some passion fruit. There is some mango. I seem to be getting past that ripe banana taste that's in here. That taste was much better than the last two tastes that I had. But it's not a distinct like mango, passion fruit, grapefruit, orange peel, fleshy blood orange. It's like more of a citrusy kind of. It's like if you squashed all of these fruits together in one of these things here. It's like you had a big one of these and you put a load of fruit in and you're like, you know, smashing all the fruits together. It's kind of just one fruit flavour rather than like picking out lots of different small flavours. Yeah, you can talk about passion fruit and mango and grapefruit because they're there in the flavour, blood orange, but it's like they've all been kind of like just squashed together in terms of the flavour. And I think, and this is where I don't quite understand it myself. I don't quite understand it. Normally oats are enough to make a really good New England IPA. Normally oats are enough. I don't understand this new trend of putting lactose in. There seems to be lactose in so many beers these days, and I'm just not a fan of it. I'm just not a fan of it. It adds something to the beer that shouldn't be there. It's like a silky, synthetic, like it just shouldn't be there. Oats are the darling of beer. Oats will give you all of that creaminess if you use enough of it. You don't need to use lactose. And I think if you removed lactose from this beer, you may then be able to pull more of the flavours from the hops. I don't understand this sudden kind of urge to use lactose in loads of different IPAs, and I kind of slightly understand imperial stouts and imperial porters, but then again, you can use a load of oats in an imperial porter and imperial stout. You don't need to be adding lactose. It's just a bit messy for me. It's just a bit messy, and it's just a bit like that ripe banana flavour. Maybe that, I don't know, maybe that's the lactose in the beer that's clashing with the hops. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.